set the tone for when you get off to college and all your friends have got their newfound freedom, they go crazy.
Yeah.
You go home and go to bed because you already had it.
Yeah. Well, that for me, yes.
See, so
Troy was he was essentially in college when he was in high school.
Correct.
Because the youngest is kind of good leeway anyway.
Well, I gave all of you guys leeway. Other than Sarge, because Sarge was fussing with me about trying to get these grades. And so he and I had a test of wills. And he didn't even have W.
Right.
I had ILL on my will. He just had like a little small lowercase W on will. So
he would never break your will.
Yeah, there was no way he could win that one.
Well, and then he'll probably kill me for telling the story, but remember I was trying out for baseball and I was making too much noise hitting into the tarp, and I needed to dull the sound, so I went and got a comforter, and the comforter was all messed up. And I tried to hide it before you saw it, and then you essentially extorted your stepson.
No. See,
you have there's no getting around. You extorted your stepson.
You
extorted your stepson.
Your view of what happened
is accurate.
No, it's not. What happened was you were out there hitting that.
Off the tee.
You were trying out for the Orioles.
Yes, and I was hitting off the tee.
And you were hitting off the tee, and it was making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
So you went and got this blanket, and you opened the blanket up, and when you opened it up, it was obvious that there had been some adult stuff going on. Some adult stuff going on in the house when we weren't home.
Yes.
So you So you tried to close it up.
I tried to protect him, man, because he was just always in trouble, and it was like.
But I had seen it.
But it was like he had all these self-inflicted gunshot wounds in the house, and I didn't want to contribute to him getting in trouble with no malice in mind. It just happened. It was an accident. So I tried to protect him.
You tried to fold it back up, and I saw it. Yeah. And after I saw it, I said, there has been some extracurricular activity going on in the house. Man. That shouldn't have been going on.
Right.
So he comes in with his homie, and Toby was out of town.
Or she was at work or something?
She was up, She was up doing something with her sister because her sister was sick. So she was out of town.
Right.
So when Chris comes in with he had one of his homies with him. He walked in because I was outside working on the deck. Yes. And he said, I said, Sarge, not Sarge, I said Chris, because he hadn't been there yet. I said, you're in big trouble. So he said, why? I said, well, Brian went to get this blanket so he could hit these balls into it. When he opened it up, I saw some extracurricular activity
some adult activity.
And it's your blanket from your room. So it was you. And so he gave me this look. I said, man, you know what's going to happen when I tell your mom, right? Because they had been in trouble with each other.
Yeah, I mean, it was tense in that house, and I was just, I wasn't even in the house anymore, and I'm like creating drama in the house.
Correct.
I just felt horrible for the kids.
So what he said was, Pops, he said, you tell Mom she's probably gonna make me leave the house. I said, that's what I think's gonna happen. And
you weren't even trying to be compassionate or empathetic. You were just like, yo, man, this could be it.
See, here's how you guys put me on the spot. I kept telling you guys, because you put me on the spot. I really didn't care because I'm a male.
Right.
And I have a male orientation.
Right.
But I told you guys that you got to keep it out of Toby's face.
Right.
Because if she finds out.
It's a problem.
And she goes on the warpath, I'm going to back her.
You have to back her because that's your wife.
And you guys would think that I really agree with her, and I don't.
No, I knew you were doing it to keep the peace, and that was your wife.
But I'm not going to go over the waterfall, over Niagara Falls, over some stuff that you guys did. So I was going to be standing right beside her. Yes. I don't know why they do stuff like that in the house.
Co-signing.
Right.
You were co-signing.
Because I recognize that boys are just trying to find a place to do something.
Right. It has nothing to do with the venue.
It has nothing to do with the venue.
Right.
They're looking for opportunities.
Opportunities, yes.
Right. So I said to Chris, I said, I can't keep a secret from my wife, can I? I've got to tell her.
You'd be wrong.
He said, well, Pops, she's going to just ask me to leave. I said, I think that's right. And I said, well, I tell you what. Give me $50 and I won't tell.
And the fact, it's bad enough you're extorting money, but $50 to stay in the house because you knew he could afford it.
Right.
Because if you said $200,
because he was working.
Yeah, $50. Oh, he's probably like, ooh, I'm getting off easy.
So he went up in his room And he got the $50 and paid me.
As I'm watching this unfold, I'm like, Chris, man, you got.
And so he paid.
This is just Pops having fun.
So he paid me the $50, right? And I take the $50. So Toby comes in from New York that evening.
Yes.
And when we're in our room, and I said, I got something to tell you, but you gotta swear up and down that you'll never mention it. I said, no. And she said, what is it? I said, no, first, you gotta tell me that no matter what I tell you, you're not gonna ever bring it up.
Right.
She said, okay. So I told her.
Right.
And she was mad, but she couldn't bring it up because she had sworn. Right. So she knew the day we got in town, but I had Chris's $50.
Right, because you're saying, because I remember the whole dial. It's like, Chris, man, you know, I made this vow to your mother that I would never lie to her, and now you're asking me to lie to my wife.
I forgot about Yeah, I had a little embellishment.
I'm trying to keep a straight face because I'm just saying he's just rolling Chris just for shits and giggles. Plain and simple, he just is rolling Chris, and Chris is going right along because he's in trouble. Because it is very likely that she would have at least had, you know, a very serious conversation with him about his living situation.
Right. She was because they were getting along like a dog and a cat.
Right.
And so she would have probably told him to get out.
Yeah, but the whole, you asking me, I mean, Chris, man, I made this vow to your mother, and you're asking me to lie to your mother.
Right.
So give me $50. I mean, that doesn't even equate, like, that like $50.
Well, he gave it to me, didn't he?
He did give it to you.
And not only that, I got him for another $50. You know, when he wanted to buy a car, when he got out of the service. Well, first, there was two issues about the service. When he was coming home from Afghanistan, he sent his clothes here so that he didn't have to bring them.
Right.
And they fit me. So I wore his shirt to class. And here he is over there fighting in Iraq, and then
fighting for our country,
fighting for the country,
putting his life and limb in peril.
Correct.
And you're rocking his gear.
Correct. So I put his shirt on, and the class kind of liked it. I said, it's my soldier son shirt. I'm breaking it in for him. So then when he gets here, he can't figure out why I would wear his shirt.
Right.
And I said, well, you knew I was going to wear it. He said, Pop, I didn't know. So I said, okay, I'll call an impartial third party, my personal psychiatrist. Just so happens Pat, my brother.
Pat, your brother, yes.
Right. And I said, Pat, knowing me like you know me, if you sent me some of your clothes over to the house, don't you know I'm going to put them on and wear them? He said, yes. He said, they're like enablers, that they know how you are,
but yet
they set it up so you'll end up doing it, just like a drug dealer.
Yep.
So I'm absolved of that one.
And he got all upset. It's like, Chris, now he's in his mid-20s. Like, dude, you know how he rolls. Why would you just like the hassle?
Correct.
You obviously like the hassle because you keep falling into these traps.
And then he goes out. He gets home from service, and we've got a clean slate. Clean slate.
Right. The math problem, everything's good. He survived the war. We got him back healthy. It's all good.
All good. And it was just like not going home for Thanksgiving. He's back from the war.
Yeah.
And he didn't get killed.
Yes.
And he's been fighting for like 2 or 3 years. Bosnia.
It's like 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he said, Pops, I need to get a car, but I have no credit yet. I said, well, I'll co-sign it. So I co-signed the car note. So then when he getting close toward the end, you know, he's having a little money problems and everything, but he's still making all the payments.
Right.
They would call me and I would say, that's not my car, it's his car.
Right.
And they would say, no, your name is on the lease. So what the dealer did, he put Chris on as the
co-signer. He flipped it.
And me as the borrower.
Right.
To get it through. So that when they would call me, I would say, well, call him because it's his car. I've never even seen the car.
Right.
So they would say, well, it's your name on it. I said, oh, so you're going to send me the title when it's paid for? They said, yes. I said, you're going to send me the title?
you're like going like this.
They said yes. So when Chris made the last payment, the title comes to the house.
Oh, man.
So I got Chris's title to his car in my hands.
And see, they didn't know what they were doing.
And it's got both our names on it.
Oh, man. They didn't know what they were doing.
So I called Chris. I said, Sarge, I have the title to our car. He said, what do you mean, our car? I said,
and I can hear him saying that.
I said, our
car. Do you want me to spell it out for you?
I'm looking at the title, and the title says Daryl E. Allen first,
right.
Christopher Simmons second. So this is our car.
Our car.
I said,
technically.
I said, now, if you get ready to try and sell it, you can't sell it
without you're okay.
Because my name is on top. And he said, well, Pops, you just signed it over to me. I said, no, it's our car. He said, Pops, you can't. You can't. I said, look, okay. I said, give me $50 and I'll let you have the title.
You're getting off on the cheap.
He said, Pops, you can't sell me my car. I said, yes, I can.
And I'm doing it.
And I said, and now, and so we fussed about a week or two. And finally I said, okay, now it's $57.85.
You put interest on it?
Yeah, because you've been fussing with me about it. So $57.85.
Wow. Wow.
So he fussed some more. I said, okay, now it's $60.
Wow.
So
that poor kid.
He came down after he got out from service. He came down, and I said, now, what I did was I hid the title because as big as he was,
you couldn't take him.
And coming back from the war, there's a possibility that I couldn't take him.
Yeah. right.
I mean, when he got out of service, he was cut.
Yeah, he was all ripped up.
And he
was badass.
And, right. And he was the badass because he's been fighting in the war, hand-to-hand combat and stuff. And I'm thinking, and this is where you got to think ahead of time. There's no way that if he jumped on me, if I had the title in my hand,
you could keep it from him.
He could take, because he's hand-to-hand combat trained. He could throw me down, twist my arm, and take it.
Right.
So I hid it.
Did he go looking for it, or you just told him?
No, he didn't know where I had to find it. But I said, no, you can think that I have it on me, so you can jump on me and try and take it.
But I'll never tell.
I'll never tell. I said, and I'm not gonna let you twist my arm or anything where it hurts, and I just won't say anything, So you have your choice. So he paid me $60
to get a title to his own car.
Yeah, and I gave him the title to his car. That's fair.
Man, he just keeps falling into these traps, man.
That was no trap. Look at the harassment they called me when he wasn't behind in his payments.
Right.
That was taking years off my life, or maybe seconds.
And he just had to take it. And now he's, he laughs about